Brooke Larson has spent many summers working for the Anasazi Foundation, a wilderness therapy program. The boys and girls who are their clients can often come from dysfunctional families and don't have a clear sense of their place in the world. The problem Anasazi staff face is how to help their clients, referred to as young walkers, look inside themselves to leave behind the old and begin anew. Introspection is the beginning of a change of heart, and at the Anasazi Foundation, reflective writing plays an important role in introspection. As Brooke says,
young walkers progress through different stages of Anasazi by completing a series of workbooks that combine learning survival skills with storytelling and reflective journaling. The writing exercises try to create metaphorical bridges between survival experiences and skills and deeper life lessons to connect lessons from the natural world to their everyday lives.
They use two forms of reflective writing: responding to prompts in the workbooks that help young walkers see their place in the world, and letters home that help them work on their familial relationships.
Writing and receiving weekly letters from family is the other main component. Young walkers often spend each week drafting these letters and rereading letters they've been given, all of which are mediated by a therapist. These letters to family members help deepen and internalize their connections to family.
Daily writing also helps connect the young walkers to each other and gives purpose to the physical journey.
Sometimes we would start a day with a writing prompt, a question or idea to meditate on during the trek, then share what we'd written down at the end of the day. This exercise seemed to unify the group and add focus and purpose to our hike. Reflective writing had the effect of both expanding individual exploration and deepening group discussions.
The experience is both physical, cultural, and spiritual. In an essay about her experience with Anasazi, Brooke says that when the young walkers first come to the desert, they continually stumble over rocks or brush as they walk.
The boys will gradually get a grip, and it will be a marvelous sight to behold. The desert is a bang-up cure for disembodiment. It calls forth a sort of tactile self-awareness that can only be described as at home.
In many ways, how the boys walk is a metaphor for how they can also stumble emotionally and spiritually. Reflective writing helps, but storytelling also orients them. Brooke compares stories to plants, organic connective tissue.
Storytelling is a tendril, with hairs so sensitive it starts everything twining round each other at the slightest touch.
This often happens after a day of walking is over. Describing her experience with a specific group of boys, Brooke recalls,
"This week the group has strung up their shelters side by side in a circle around a single tree, one trunk of branching boys. They've done this so they can all tell stories lying on their blankets."
The stories embody values that the boys talk about and that appear in their reflective journals. Part of the therapy is the physical experience, but the primary goal is using reflection and reflective writing to translate that into emotional and spiritual growth, the knowledge that each person has an infinite worth and potential. Brooke says,
"I've seen many young walkers have transformative experiences through keeping a personal journal on the trail and learning to communicate with family through writing. For many, this is their first experience of journaling. They often express surprise at how much they enjoy it."
Taking pleasure in writing helps them move forward, finding their place in the world and healing the dysfunction in their families.